Yesterday, Apple launched their second generation iPhone SE, and well, there was no big event or anything, just a simple press release. Personally, I think that this new iPhone is gonna be a game changer in 2020. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and this video is everything you need to know about the iPhone SE 2020. Oh, and if you do end up liking what you see here, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get started. So what's this second generation iPhone SE all about? Just like the first gen iPhone SE had the iPhone 6s's internals in the iPhone 5s's body, this is the iPhone 11's internals in the iPhone 8's body. Now, the iPhone 8's over a couple of years old, so let's see what the iPhone SE2 shares with it. So basically, we do get a glass back, the same exact dimensions. Apple has confirmed that accessories manufactured for the iPhone 8 will fit the new iPhone SE perfectly. The front, it was dated when the iPhone 8 came out 2 years back. It's all the more dated now. The display, it seems to be the same. So why does the series even exist? Now guys, to answer this, you need to understand how, let me start here. Basically, in the US, which is one of Apple's premier markets, most iPhones are sold via contracts. That is, the carrier subsidizes the prices and you get to pay less when you buy the iPhone, but then you pay a higher postpaid plan every month. These contracts are usually for 2 years. The iPhone 5s, it came out in September 2013. The iPhone SE came out in March 2015, 2.5 years later. Now the iPhone 8 came out in September 2017, and the iPhone SE, it now launches in March 2020, or rather April 2020, 2.5 years later. Coincidence? Not really. A brand usually sells a lot of phones in the first 6 months of launch. So between September 2017 and March 2018, that's when Apple would have sold the most iPhone 8s. And all those people's contracts, they would have recently ended. So maybe some are holding on to their iPhone 8s, like people back in 2015 who were holding on to their iPhone 5s's due to liking that form factor. The iPhone XS and 11 are great, but it's a move in a different direction for Apple, similar to what the iPhone 6 and 6s were to the 5s. So this is how Apple times the iPhone SE releases. But this is not the only reason why the series exists. The other one, it helps Apple utilize old parts excess they might have had, helps them keep the cost of the iPhone SE lower than what's traditionally been Apple pricing. For example, the iPhone SE 2020, it's priced at $42,500 in India. The cheapest iPhone today is the iPhone 11, that's priced at $65,000, a whole 50% higher. Now wait, why are we even comparing the iPhone SE 2020 to the iPhone 11? Now that's because the iPhone SE 2020, it retains one of the most impressive aspects of the iPhone 11, the heart of the phone, the SoC. It's got the same Apple A13 bionic chip, which arguably is the most powerful mobile SoC as of now. So that's more from the Apple point of view. Now as a consumer, why should we be interested in this? Well, here's what it is. The chip inside is what accounts for updates, right? The iPhone SE 2020 will be updated for as long as the iPhone 11. Now to give you some perspective, the original iPhone SE, it launched with iOS 9.3.2 and it's upgradable till the latest iOS 13.4, with some features cut of course, but it's lasted a long time. 4 years of updates it's quite something, isn't it? And the original iPhone SE still supports most of the iOS 13 features like dark mode and so on, so it's not any major feature that's been cut. So the iPhone SE 2020, it should be supported for way longer than an Android phone would be. To give you some perspective, the OnePlus phone that came out in 2016, 3 months after the iPhone SE, the last major update that got the OnePlus 3, the last major update it got was Android Pie, something Google released in 2018. And I talk about OnePlus here since OnePlus has a great track record with updates. The OnePlus 3, it actually received 3 major updates, which is not the norm. It got Nougat, Oreo, and Pie, and that's generally not common on the Android side of things. It's 2 major updates, right? So for a consumer, if longevity is something you're looking at, the iPhone SE, the second generation, it might be something you'd probably be interested in. So anyway, what else has changed from the iPhone 8? The iPhone SE, it loses 3D touch. That's something Apple has seemingly abandoned and hence it's off. The camera, word out is that it's the same 12 megapixel primary shooter from the iPhone 11. So we have an f1.8 lens, OIS, and with the A13 chip inside, we also get smart HDR. The single camera might be off-putting for some, but then again, Apple's portrait mode, even without a depth sensor, it's been decent as we've seen with the iPhone XR. Do note that this phone can only recognize human faces because of this, and you can't shoot portraits for pets. 4K 60 should be an option, not with the front camera though, as that's still the same sensor from the iPhone 8, 7 megapixels, so there's not enough resolution for 4K. We still do get portrait mode and all the cool lighting effects even for selfies. As for battery, it doesn't seem like anything's changed from the iPhone 8. Apple does not mention battery capacity in general, but going by the same form factor and weight, I'd say it should be similar if not identical. Apple does claim that the new SE should last a day on battery. Given the A13 has made some dramatic improvements in battery efficiency, I'm hopeful that Apple can back up this claim. The charging situation, it's a mixed bag. The SE does support 18-watt charging, but it comes with only a 5-watt charger in the box like the iPhone 8. That's really disappointing. There is support for wireless charging though, which is actually good. Now, I did touch upon this part at the start before kind of getting carried away with other things. Apple usually pulls a model each time they release another model. The exception, the one phone that received a ton of price cuts, that was the iPhone SE. So maybe we could see the SE2, the SE 2020, we could see it selling even at an even lower price point in the near future. Starting at $399 US, it should technically convert to 30,500 Indian rupees, but the Indian price is 42,500. So this is in no way a budget device, but there is a good chance the iPhone SE will undercut the OnePlus 8. Given the OnePlus 8, it's priced at $699 in the US, but we don't expect OnePlus to have this kind of price hike when they bring it to India, but it's still expected to be priced higher than 42,500. So if you're looking for a proper flagship phone with an excellent camera, one that will be updated the longest, and are okay with the regular Apple compromises like the lower resolution display, super slow charger in the box, eSIM. Oh yeah, that's one thing. Unlike the iPhone 8, which was single SIM, this one's going to be dual SIM like the iPhone 11 series. The second SIM, it's going to have to be an eSIM option though. Now, if these are things you're okay dealing with, the iPhone SE, it should be a very interesting option for you. I'm not going to say you should buy it because I've not used the phone myself, but it is something you should probably be contemplating, and as soon as I can get my hands on it, I'm super interested in checking it out because I really like smaller form factors. Anyway, that's my opinion on the iPhone SE2, the second gen iPhone SE, the iPhone SE 2020, whatever you want to call it. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Are you interested in this phone? Is this something you see yourself waiting for? Do you think OnePlus actually has competition from Apple nonetheless? Your thoughts, comments below. I mean, as far as the OnePlus thing goes, it's not that Apple has done something great here. It's just that OnePlus they've been hiking prices so much that their basic flagship phone is now expected to be priced at 50,000. So that's what makes the iPhone SE look like a little bit more of a budget offering by comparison. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.